Yep.
And I've, at the age of 13, so about a year ago, was when I actually started going to support groups. And NAMI is the one that I actually stuck with the longest. Not only just because it was just there and it wasn't like seasonal or anything, I could go every Tuesday. It was just because I felt like it allowed me to be myself around other people without actually having to worry about people being mad at me for being myself. And everybody else there, you know, could relate with each other. We could make friends, we could make connections with people who hurt just like we do, and the people who aren't afraid to say it. Because it's not easy to say that you have a problem or that something is wrong. You know, for a lot of my life, it was hard for me to admit what the actual problem was. I would try to run away from it, or I'd ignore it. But, you know, after a few Baker Acts and being taken to a residential treatment facility called the Family Center for Recovery, I realized what I really need to focus on and what I have done wrong. And I realized that I can reach a lot of the goals I wanted to reach in life by helping myself and helping others. Because being able to help others is something that gives me just unmeasurable joy. Because I know I'm making differences and possibly keeping people away from Baker Acts or getting expelled like how I did. I want to keep people on the right path. And I was very lucky to go to that treatment facility for about 3 months, and I was lucky to have that experience. Because that experience turned things around. If I did not have that experience, if I did not have NAMI to support me, if I didn't have that support, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be up here at this podium speaking to a group of pilot club members about obtaining funding for the youth group I wanted to start. And I never thought this would even happen. But the support of my family, my friends, NAMI, and Family Center for Recovery have made this possible. I've been given the greatest second chance. And I think that this group being made, we will give a lot of people their second chance too. Thank you.
Crossman. I got involved with NAMI through my mom, actually, because she worked at the Homeless Coalition in Inverness, and she attended a mental health first aid class. And she gave me, since I'm doing pageants, she said that if I get involved in NAMI, this would be the cause for my community involvement project that I have to do for my pageant. So I reached out to Cindy, and we started talking. I attended one of their classes, and I really liked it. So we kept on talking, and Cindy asked me if I wanted to come to a board meeting. And then I got voted into a board for NAMI. And that was really big for me because I know in a very small country town. So I never got involved in pageants, any of that, until I received a letter in the mail inviting me to an open call for my pageant. And I attended that, and then everything just went from there. And then also through working with NAMI and understanding what they're truly about, it helped me understand a few things about my biological mom and stuff that happened when I was younger that led up to her death when I was 6. And I didn't quite understand stuff when I was younger, but seeing the mental health aspect that NAMI works with, it helped me understand a lot. And I think that youth, especially, might not understand things going on, not just with their families, but also with themselves. And I think this youth help them understand that there's help out there and they can get help. They don't have to be alone in it. And I do think families need to be involved with it, and not just kids, not just adults. And Citrus County doesn't really give kids the chance to be heard, I guess, because NAMI is more of a 18 and up thing, but we're trying to get in Citrus County a youth group that actually focuses on the youth and what they need.
So where we're at, this is brand new for all of us. We have sat together, we've come up with our plan of action. I've met with our school guidance counselors and their head honcho, Miss Hartley, sorry, I forgot her last name, to get into the school systems, to get the word out to the teachers and different things like that as well. In my field, I have 2 pediatricians that I work with as well and social workers, so I've shared it out with them. We've also been able to speak at our Community Alliance meeting, which is people from live stream there, from women's legal voters, impact counseling, multiple different community involvements. I think there's like 42 people that go to that meeting. Bring them up to speed of this group that we're wanting to start and opening up to kids. So starting as of Monday, it's open up to any and all children 13 to 17, with some minor exceptions. If you have a child that's 12 that's turning 13 in 2 months, like, we're not going to say no, come on in. And you never know, those 18-year-olds, yes, they're 18, but they might still be in high school, still struggling with those particular things. So it's very user-friendly. Citrus County has very high statistics in mental health. They just did that community survey. I don't know if all of you are familiar with that or not. But even on last year, we were at 33%, with our state average of kids admitting that they have depression, suicidal thoughts, and so on and so forth related to mental health, which is huge. That's the state average is 21%, I believe. I have sent you email you guys that paper of it. So it is very high for Citrus County. There is not a whole lot of youth available resources in Citrus County. We even have a child psychiatrist. So there's a lot of movement towards improving our mental health in Citrus. But giving an open platform, I will be at every Monday meeting unless there is 1 month that I won't be there. But other than that, for the most part, I will always be there. And Cindy will be there if not. These 2 will be the majority of our, I don't want to say the word facilitator, but our go-getters, liaisons, kind of steering the conversations. If we have a group of kids that, okay, maybe they're talking a lot about suicide, okay, we're going to talk about that next week. Bring in a guest speaker. Do a team building activity related to that. See what community involvement that we can give back. And that's another huge part of this, is getting them involved in the communities as well. So I've talked to United Way, George
Schmalstig.
I think it's called.
Yeah, Schmalstig.
Yeah. So getting with him to see what we can do to help them give back. And if you guys are doing any community outreaches and need some strong young people that have a lot of energy, by all means reach out. We can get the kids to volunteer, because that is going to be part of it. But it's just getting them there to be able to talk, because they're more likely to talk to each other or be able to relate to them than they are when they go over and talk to their parents or try to talk to somebody at school. Feeling a little bit judged. It's an open, free, safe environment is what we're trying to do. And of course, that's not being an exact peer group. We have an open, a clean slate. We can drive it into any direction that we need it to go to. So if the kids are struggling with divorce, if they're struggling with bullying, because then bullying opens up into so many different categories. You have families that bully their children, you have parents that do it, you have friends. Body image is part of the things that people get bullied for. So you can really take it and drive it wherever you need to take it. So one Monday will be a community outreach. One Monday will be a team building activity. One Monday will be a guest speaker. And then the other Monday, the coping mechanisms or some kind of activity to help them deal with the situation that they're having. And then you know how we have those outlier fifth Mondays every now and then in a month. For those, we're just gonna have a fun get together, de-stress, relax, hang out, let's watch a movie, let's listen to music, let's do something fun and just break up into happy type things. So that's kind of where we're structuring it and going with it. Of course, subject to change, really based on the kids' needs and making sure that it's there for them and it's giving them the support that they need, not just what we want to preach to them either. So that's where we see the group going. Yes, ma'am.
Is it like after school?
Yes,
or-
ma'am. So it's Mondays from 6:30 to 8, possibly to 8:30, depending on how long we need to adjust. Like if the kids are staying constructively engaged and not getting bored, then we can push it to 8:30. But just to kind of start off, get our feet wet, who knows, you might have your kids, you might end up with 10. So just kind of see what they need is and make sure that we're available for them.
Where is it?
At the Daystar building right on the road. We have looked into also talking to the YMCA. I reached out to them via email 2 days ago to see maybe even using their rec room one day or something like that, just because it's a different night and give it a little bit more option for different things to maybe come or maybe just different things to be able to reach out to. And it'd be every Monday, and whether we have no one there or not, we're still gonna be there. So.
Very good.
How do kids like find out about it, or like so the
So we
guidance
are
counselors
going
and school?
with her help, because I'm not good at Instagram by any means. So with this lovely lady's help, we're going to be opening up an Instagram page. But the thing is that we don't know what we want to call it. So right now we're just calling it a teen group. But we would like the kids' input and give them a chance to make the group their own. So coming up with the name once we have a decent amount of group and then opening up there. For now, the school should have received an email sent out by Holly Hartley or Jennifer Rico, I apologize. But they should have received all of that. And then I know I've shared that information today with live stream and things like that, so they'll be pushing it on their end. And then I have to get in contact with social workers that work for me, so I sent it out to them and have the instructions.
Okay, I know for pediatrics office, well, this would be regular information.
Which doctor is it?
Okay.
Okay, I will give Dr. Sean to speak with him.
You have two offices, so just bring it over there for this would be.
Perfect. I can get contact information, or if you want to write down your email, I can send you contact information too. Sean is my guinea pig. So.
I don't know. I know a lot of kids aren't on Facebook anymore. It's the adult thing now. But I know from Marion County, I don't know about you guys over here, but we have like a Marion County Public School parent group.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys would have something like that for Citrus County, but that might be something, a place to advertise it to the parents, that you're starting this group too, if there is such a thing over here.
I can find
That might be something to look at,
I know there is a Facebook group, but I don't know if it's driven by the parents or if it's a Facebook page driven by the school. I don't know which way it goes, but one of my coworkers, she has little ones that are definitely in the public school system, so I can find out whether she knows that or you have the number. I don't know who it is. Okay. Whether it's that or two. And NAMI does have a Facebook page itself, but we don't want to get the two things confused either, so that's why we're more going the Instagram route, which is what most kids right now, that's their focus. And Snapchat, but that can be on the go easily, so. So right now, it's definitely more focused towards the teen. There is a family group that we have on Thursday nights, correct?
Yes.
Yes, Thursday nights. So as we were just talking, she's like, there's a lot that, the parents should come in to talk about it too, because they have to deal with it with their teen. And there's not a whole lot of people that are coming that have adolescents that are coming to these groups. It's more people that have older children that are dealing with mental health. So definitely other groups. They also have.
What did you just say about the Thursday? I missed what
a minute.
It's our family support group is Thursday nights from 6 to 7:30 every Thursday night at the Inverness First Christian Church. It's right before downtown Inverness, behind the race. It's a racetrack or a 7-Eleven. That big gas station on the left when you head back that way. But yeah, we meet